Laguna. The Lagina. The Lagina.
Underlord ban, that's like the kind of Visage counter. Builds Crimson Guard, has damage block. I feel like you definitely want to have a Crimson Guard hero as your offlaner here to deal with the Visage. Omni is in the pool, that's a possibility. GA, and you can build Crimson. But KOX is like a lot of.
Pango also still in?
Pango sounds way better than Omni. Good idea. I don't know if KOX would play.
Yeah, that's the real question.
Kind of just go to your comfort picks. If I play a lot of the Visage and safe lane, and I feel like when you see a hero like an Omni in your lane, you feel really good about your lane. Like you have a Visage +1 support against an Omni, you're gonna free fall.
Pugna. Totally different name.
That's very good wave clear though. Try and shove them back, kind of force them into a bad fight. Now you have a Tombstone versus Nether Ward, Battle of the Ages.
The thing is, like, one of the prerequisites of picking Pugna is that you make sure that the enemy team can't snipe your wards very easily. I'm looking at Eidolons, I'm looking at birds.
True.
That Pugna ward is gonna die quite easily. I think they're looking to get a lot out of this laning stage.
I think generally too though, you also look to make sure they don't have like a lot of catch and a lot of stuns, so you can just like kind of appear and cast some spells, cast another spell, go for the suck as well, and they really don't have that many options that like fully committing.
It's the TA?
So they do leave it. That is interesting, because that does definitely seem like the clear one.
They ban Bristle instead, I believe, which is something Fnatic and Envy have run a bit of.
And pretty scary. It's a hero that can really punish Morphling. Heroes like Silencer.
They must have been expecting the Visage to go mid against Lina. Yeah, it makes no sense. The context of the Lina Visage matchup.
Well, Envy Visage will go to the safe lane. What do we think here, boys? I like the Fnatic draft, personally. I think they've got a pretty clear game plan. Universe Enigma fills me with confidence. And I like that set that DJ's rocking.
Gonna go with Tiger on this one. I feel that it's gonna be hard for Fnatic to keep getting Roshans, simply because it's very easy to scout Roche, and you have Global to essentially walk in and take a fight whenever you want. And I don't know if they have a hero that could out-carry this Morph. So I like Tigers a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I feel like a lot of it for Tigers will depend on Zephyr on the clockwork. Like he can make some pretty big plays. Him and the Alina like making space for the Morphling and everything. But I'm gonna have to go Fnatic. I feel like they're just gonna execute it out here. Kind of one of these classic Fnatic looking drafts.
Big Parker.
I will also go Fnatic. I base this mostly off of how strong their lane stage is. Their early game, their lane matchups look very good. TA versus Lina, favorable matchup. Enigma win ranger should crush the top lane, and then Visage Undying, you've got a strong enough lane there where this is like the kind of try and break even lane.
Yep, I think so. Just turning on our little auto spectate cam so we're nice and smooth. We are in good shape here. So another best of 3, boys and girls. This is again upper bracket. Winner of this one will be moving on to the next round to battle in our final best of 3 of the day to see who's going to the international, but no elimination. Make sure that's clear, Hesta Joe. Good luck next. They've still got a chance. See that in the GG of the last game?
Oh no.
Yeah, they tapped out. He said, "All right, good luck, future, and good luck going forward," or whatever. The kind of what you say when you get eliminated. Often.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe he's saying like he wants them to win the next match, and then they don't have to verse each other.
Oh
so
yeah, it's just
yeah, but yeah, it's only like, oh, we're out. Good luck, guys.
Yep,
we'll be cheering for you.
So we'll see. Definitely a lot of pressure on Fnatic this game. I'm excited to see the safe lane Visage because we have talked about it a bit, and I feel like we've almost exclusively seen it mid, and it's been a pretty brutal qualifier for Visage so far. Up top, DJ probably not going to be able to snipe that one, and down bottom, a little bit of pressure here as Pylai goes in, but Zephyr will pick it up, and Envy will cruise up to grab that other rune. Uh-oh. Who's actually going to win this battle? Pylai makes it out of the cogs. Takes a lot of damage, but no first blood.
Envy actually skilled up Soul Assumption too. I guess he was swinging back in, thinking with all the damage being traded, he could get a good Soul Assumption off, but he did not get any charges for it, so this feels like a kind of wasted skill point. You almost always want to get the Grave Chill level 1. It's way better for the attack speed, slow, and you can always get good last hits and harass with it, but won't completely ruin his laning stage. It's just a small little efficiency thing.
Yeah. Bounty runes were an even split. Yep. 2 for 2. Does work out pretty even there. Wind Ranger putting a lot of pressure onto the Silencer.
It'll be a tough lane for TNC Tigers. constantly seeing farm and experience denied by the Eidolons. The right-click damage coming in from Windranger is really hard to deal with, and the Eidolons also give you extra denying potential, so the last hit battle up top is going to be, should be very Fnatic favored.
Looks like they're giving some XP priority to Universe. DJ kind of moving in and out of the lane. Checking in on mid. Looks pretty good for the TA. Yep. So far, at least. No big surprise.
It just gets better over time. Once you get more points in refraction and your Aquila, your bottle out. Bottom lane is interesting. We're seeing this decrypt spam coming out from KYXY. He's just looking to mess with the last hits often. He's screwed up a few of the Envy last hits, but they're not exactly getting good farm on the TNC side.
Not particularly, nor is the Fnatic side.
Correct.
Envy with 3 last hits, not the dream.
Yep, 3 last hits on both Visage and Pugna. Battle of harass and poke and prod.
Well, they might have found Pylai Die here. The Cogs proving quite potent. Zephyr draws the first blood. Envy will survive as he makes it back to the tower, but Battery Assault just a little too much.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically could have dived and perhaps killed Envy there, but it's not worth it because Envy's so low in health, he can't really come to lane, and Clockwork would have had to almost die for that kill, so... I think a lot of players there would have dived and gotten the kill on Envy, but not had the best laning situation following that kill.
Scary rune in the hands of a Clockwork, and invisibility.
Wow, yeah, that is potentially just going to lead to an immediate kill if it's not scouted out, and it was not. Fnatic had no ward at that rune. So once this lane pushes out, we could very well see Clockwork set up a kill for Tigers.
It's like top lane has been a fairly even farm fest all the while. Good positioning for Fnatic, though, right under the tower. Hard for Zephyr to find the angle to Pylai Die. He walks up. There are the Cogs. Battery Assault gets used. KYXY doing what damage he can on the outside, but they deny the Cog, and Pylai Die able to make it out. Stick plus Soul Rip. Not an easy target to bring down.
Got 12 decay stacks as well, so he does survive through it all. And Clockwork seems happy just to go back to base. Kind of secures the lane well enough. Knows that both Envy and Pylai Die have low health and low mana. So he feels like his job is somewhat done there.
Oh, beautiful shackle on 4-5-8.
Once this Eidolon, it's not worth dying for, my friend.
Close call, he knows his limits.
Jay wanted another right click, which would not have been enough damage.
Radiant are scanning.
Definitely a bit unnecessary, but like you say, he did know his limits. He wasn't really going to die there, but he also wasn't getting the Eidolon, at least not that final one.
Felt like a below expected value play. It worked out for him, but I don't know if that's going to be the outcome every time you go for that. This lane is brutal, though. Maybe part of the reason why he feels like he needs to go for every single last hit he can find like that. The deny is a little bit misleading on the Enigma because you can deny your Eidolons, but 18 and 11. Not a fun lane for this Morphling. Pylai Die down bottom. I think he's good. No, maybe
Movement
not.
Speed, heavy advantage, Clockwork.
Boots.
Okay.
He does have stick charges, though, so...
Yeah, between that and the decay, Clock doesn't feel it's worth it. And also, as we've seen a lot of these games, it's actually worth dying often. If you're like, if it's not first blood, that's already happened, and you're a 5 position, dying is the quickest way to get back to base with full health and full mana and TP out. So
yeah.
He's better off leaving him to live, walk back to base, and then now TP out to lane.
Reminiscent to that, like, suiciding to neutrals type logic. You buy out, you die to the neutrals, and then you just TP right back to lane. Obviously, dying is less ideal, but...
Yeah, you're giving the enemy something. It's the neutrals denies, you're giving them 0, but it's kind of got to that point where players have understood these scenarios where you don't mind dying.
And as we've learned, dying isn't necessarily indicative of winning the lane. That doesn't change the lane dynamics for more than just a wave or two. If you're winning anyway, you're still going to be able to dominate when you come back full HP. We will see DJ try to trade blows with 1-4-3-7. The silencer does actually click it.
Bottom lane, there's a bit of a fight going on as well for bounty runes.
Oh, hit a button on the mouse by accident. Now it's moving too slow. Sorry about that, guys. All right,
I can cycle through this.
I found the DPI button. We're good.
But yeah, both teams had little fights with bounty runes. In the end, it was 2-for-2 trade on the bounty runes, and with all the fighting happens, it looks like most of the shrines are going to be used as well. 3 out of the 4 shrines get popped right away at the 5-minute.
Speaking of the amount of harassment that's come out, but still only 1 kill in 5.5 minutes. A relatively quiet laning phase.
Yep. Lena's done okay against the TA. 19 CS to 34. It's definitely one-sided, but I've seen this matchup go a lot worse. TA just with the 10 denies, significant, but not like I said, as bad as it could be.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah. It does get a bit harder now because TA has that kill potential, level 6 if she gets a good rune. And Lina never really has good kill potential unless you can somehow break the refraction and then hit a stun combo.
Definitely a nice net worth advantage for Fnatic, at least at the top. Down bottom, looks like we'll see an exchange. Pylai die isolated by Zephyr and KYXY. Battery Assault, incredible in these kind of scenarios. They'll find the kill there, but all the while up top, the Morphling does get killed. So around the map, called an advantage for Fnatic, getting a kill on that position 1.
The Death Summary was just a Malefice into Shackle Shot into Power Shot. Comboed some of their nukes there to bring down the Morphling. And there we go. 4th round will be Pop. DJ uses it for his lane, so both teams really prioritizing maximizing their early game laning stage farm. Using these shrines instantly is a big sign, like they know that there's not going to be any fights happening anytime soon. They just want to make sure they can stay in these lanes and not go back to base and give up farm last hits denies to the enemy.
Wonder what item build TA goes for this game. Looks like she'll go for Power Treads, but Deso first, Blink first, already has the Blightstone.
There'll be, like you say, those 2 items, I feel like the order is somewhat changeable. Then, if you want to farm a bit faster, you go Deso first. If you feel like your team has some kill opportunities, you get the Blink Dagger is kind of the logic there. Well,
now Universe, the level 2 stun, does not quite have the damage for the kill. Wow, the last auto attack is actually enough.
Yeah, even with the power shot from DJ missing, didn't matter in the end. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Zephyr has gone in and found Envy.
Who's found who? Looks like it is indeed the Clockwork that finds the advantage. Pylai die. Out of options, does have some stick charges, but no soul rip. It's a little more strength, and he will make it back under tower.
Envy's net worth is in a very bad place. This is the major downside of picking Visage. I talked about how I felt like it should go mid. Well, even in the safe lane, it's getting destroyed. This hero has the weakest laning stage probably of any hero that's like kind of a top meta pick right now. Pylai die, barely survives down bottom. It's just so hard to get a good laning stage as Visage. Everyone's kind of learned that this hero has a terrible early game and that wherever it goes, you should try and punish.
Definitely what we're seeing right here. He is position 4 Visage.
Yeah.
Based on the net worth breakdown, at least.
And he's bought extra regen. Like, he started with this Bassi. He bought, like, double, triple mango. He's used all these mangoes. He's bought extra Engos as well. He's in a very poor state because of this. And now he's going to lose his tier 1 tower. KYXY's Pugna gets hit. So, both teams having very poor safe lanes. But, with that said, you'd much rather Visage be struggling to farm than a Morphling.
I think that's definitely true. Zephyr, he'll be okay. Drop some cogs here. They have a lineup on Fnatic that can kind of play around this. You know, once you get level 6 on the Visage and at least get the birds out, I think you can set up plays and maybe start to recover this momentum.
Yep.
Can definitely do the same with the Morphling, but perhaps a little bit more difficult. He needs a little bit more than just level 6 before he really wants to join fights.
And that's where this bad stuff of Visage often doesn't matter. It's because kills will catch you up better than farming.
Well, Pylai die initiated on again, but gets down the Tombstone. They kill Zephyr first, but Silencer doing a lot. DJ sets it up and makes it an easy 1 for 3. Perfectly done. Losing only the Undying. Fnatic will certainly take that trade. Ding 6 on the Visage, and they will reclaim the net worth favor.
Yeah, not often you see that level 1 Tombstone be so impactful, but right there, that was
again, it's like
fight around it.
The last hero Clockwork really wants to find in a situation like that, isolated in cogs, because he is the one hero that can tank a lot of it, and even if he dies, he's not so upset. Nice shackle again on the 1437. Says, hey, that's my rune, thank you. And that'll be a 3-for-1 bounty exchange, favoring Fnatic again.
To be pretty happy about this. Their lanes across the board seem in a pretty good place. The TA dominating the Lina matchup, Enigma dominating top, and now Visage after that fight suddenly is level 7, has the birds out, supposed to finish off this home the Dominator. They are not going to feel like Envy's been shut down by any means.
Definitely looking okay. Universe, he's picked up home with the Dominator.
They're getting double help, which is kind of interesting. Top lane we have Eidolons versus Eidolons as Morphling using his ultimate to turn into Enigma. gold, however. Yeah, so both Visage and Enigma are going to have a helm, it seems, which isn't the best, but also isn't the worst. It's such a good item on Visage, and Enigma also wanted it, get it so early, and can get a lot of value out of this early. Free the Siege Wagon to push towers.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. If you're 5-manning, obviously the auras don't stack and all that stuff, but if you're splitting up the map, it's sort of like having 2 mechs. Never ideal, but there's situations where it doesn't feel too bad.
And they're playing in different lanes, at least for now. Top lane smoked up. Here we go. They want to take a team fight. Global silence yet.
Nice hook shot. Sets it up. Should be an easy LSA, but no, he holds it, and the shackle actually latches on too. Laguna will still finish off Universe. They'll go 1 for 2, getting that big kill on the Lina, and now Zephyr getting chased down by DJ. It's not quite enough. Nice use of the urn. Wind run forward. DJ still committed for this. Hit by the cogs. Power shot for the kill. But 1437 has done a lot of damage, and we'll find an extra +2 to boot. I believe that is a 2 for 3.
Some really nice jukes by Zephyr there at the end, punishing DJ's chase. It's a slightly Tiger's favorite exchange. I'm surprised Fnatic got those 2 kills there. It was such a good shackle shot once again from DJ. The Lina did get the Laguna out, and it wasn't really just being held back. It was just the fact that she was getting chainstunned. The Malefice first, then the shackle shot. She couldn't get her spells off, and as a result, she was just stuck in this Midnight Pulse, takes some power shot as well, and you don't want In Your Dream dying there, and that's where that gank doesn't feel so good for Tigers, because the Lina, who's meant to be catching up there, gets picked off, and
feels very much like another one of these momentum matchups. TA has the Blink Dagger now, accelerating towards the Desolator, actually not that far off. You look at Lina, she's struggling to get the Yule Scepter, and that's a very scary mismatch between those two. Top lane, might see an opening onto Zephyr. Universe, a lag spike there, drops the level 2 Malefice. There is a black hole. Always needs to be careful against the Clockwork. Nice shackle from DJ. Point blank power shot will yield an easy kill. Now on the other side, set up onto the Silencer. Envy using that Dark Troll Summoner for the Ensnare. Now on the other side, In Your Dream, basically getting soloed by Abed and finished off by a Soul Assumption. Those are the kills we were talking about. A double for Envy and a huge sign of life for Fnatic over a 3K net worth lead.
They are steamrolling right now. Instantly back to the bottom lane, Envy realizes, you know, we don't want to give up a tier 2 this early on. It is getting blasted down and may die anyway.
Black hole on the Morphling, very much worth it. Easy kill, and now bottom lane, KYXY, he might get soloed by Envy. This is the ideal creep to have in this situation. Sets up for easy Stoneform stuns. Abed even comes in to help him finish it off, and it's a dead Pugna. 4K now as they get another.
When you're getting kills like in 3 different lanes across the span of a minute, things are looking really good because it shows you're just being efficient with your resources. You're not overcommitting like 4 or 5 heroes to one lane to get kills. They get, you know, 3 heroes get a kill mid, then they send Envy bottom. He helps set up a kill for the TA. They have 3 top killing the Morphling. Fnatic are winning all 3 lanes here in the mid game and finding kills wherever they go. This is this perfect play and great rotations coming out from these guys.
Keeping their composure despite being down, and now this net worth breakdown. It's actually the Morphling who is bottom of the cores, farming below the Wind Ranger even of the Radiant squad. 458 in big trouble. And he's got a Morbid Mask, he's got an Aquila.
He's level 7 too? Like, this is just suddenly level 11, TA's level 14.
Okay, hook shot onto Pylai Die, he gets blasted. Zephyr getting low, but no follow-up there as the courier flies overhead. It's a nice little pick-off, but again, the strategy of Fnatic. Pylai Die, ganks the tank, or tanks the gank, and the rest of the team just split pushes and survives. Now, maybe they even get a Clockwork.
Battle for the bounty runes.
They want to come up here. No latch on the shackle. They get the bounty, but Zephyr dies for it. I don't know if that's worth it.
Probably okay.
It's pretty close,
doesn't give much gold away, and the bounty rune is about 300 gold for the team,
I
maybe.
guess, but okay.
Yeah, you get some XP for the kill, so.
Morphling's level 8. Right now, TA's level 14.
It's looking really ugly for Tigers once his TA gets Deso. Like, we haven't even seen the TA get involved yet. TA's 101.
Yeah.
Her spike's about to come.
She just obliterates KYXY. 1437 dies to Envy in the bottom lane. And the Morphling just kind of flops over to DJ. It ends up being 3 down for nil. Another 1K net worth swing. The reign of dominance continues.
Yep. Universe has a mech already, so Helm plus mech. Greaves queued up so he can get out of the global silence. Be very useful for him. And yeah, Abed's Deso is on Courier, so they can go straight into Roshan now. They can just keep taking fights out of towers. They can really do whatever they want because Tigers are playing 4v5 effectively with how farm this Morph. Perhaps he can come to fight and morph into Undying to give them a tombstone. At that point, it becomes a little bit better.
Hook shot does connect onto Pylai Die again. Poor Undying getting picked on a bit, but will go down once more. TA jumps forward, caught by Yule's Scepter, but now some right clicks in. The power shot snipes in your dream. DJ, what a player.
Yep. DJ has been amazing with laning, his harass. His one death, I would say, was a slight bit of overconfidence. He didn't need to die. He traded his life for a clockwork, but you rule that one away. He has played a perfect 4-position Wind Ranger. Really been instrumental this game for his team's success. He's the one setting up a lot of these kills in all 3 different lanes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Morphling, you know, we saw him look so good in the Chinese qualifier, and so many of those games, it just speaks to what happens when you give this hero 10 minutes in the lane and when you give him absolutely nothing. There hasn't been a moment to breathe. Having trouble keeping his head above water, so to speak. When you put 2 heroes like Enigma in his lane, you're denying creeps constantly, you're putting pressure on, you have kill potential on him. He feels like a totally different hero when he gets a Linken's very early on compared to this, where you're farming with a Morbid Mask.
Yeah, both teams understood the weak lanes very well, their opponents. The Morphling on one side, the Visage on the other.
Yeah. In your dream, Global Silence might be enough to save the Lina. Also a decrep, but Envy's there with the Soul Assumption. Lina's the first casualty of the fight. Pugna will go down second. Now they're starting to split out. KYXY, or pardon me, 1437 and Zephyr both fall. The only hero still alive is the Morphling, and that's because he was not there. He's split pushing down bottom.
Dropping like flies. They may just... Oh, let's see. Do they go back for Roche? Do they go high ground? Abed's going to finish off Roshan by himself with actually the help of DJ and some burn charges, but the rest of the team are going for the tier 2 mid, so they can finish off Roche while pushing. Easy team fight, it feels like, for Fnatic. They don't even need Black Hole this game. I mean, they did use one for a solo kill on a Morphling, but that's really all you're expecting out of a Black Hole hero there is perhaps you kill one hero. You don't need it to win team fights by any means whatsoever.
Now you've got this Silencer on the other side. Phase boots, but not a hell of a lot past that. Kind of on par with the Undying, but 114, that Tombstone alone. Much shorter cooldown than Global, obviously. And it gives you that constant fighting pressure. You know Global's going to be down for another 60 seconds or so.
Abed almost one-shot the Morphling with his double damage, but they managed to morph some strength. A lot of circles saying go bottom. Both Clockwork and Silencer are circling bottom, drawing lines toward bottom. They want Morphling out of here. They're like, Morphling, why are you defending? Why are you back? Bottom lane is where you need to be farming, but it's perhaps too late for him because high ground's being sieged.
Yep, he's on his way. He's running. This is literally a 4v5 trying to hold this tower. Limited buybacks available as well. Tier 3 falling quickly. Now Lina uses the Yules, but 1437 Shackle is enough to set up the kill. No buyback there. Tower's gone down. Lina repelled to the well. Now the melee taking damage. There's no tier 2 in the mid, so they could grab 2 lanes here. The Silencer's down, so remember, Black Hole still an option.
Back with a Tombstone for the dire side, but...
Hook shot from Zephyr does isolate the Enigma, gets Laguna, but makes it out of the cogs. The Morphling gets popped in the fray.
The Morph Tombstone isn't that strong because they have so many units and summons that can hit it. Ranged heroes like Enigma, Visage, Wind Ranger, the familiars we saw kill the Tomb. Good Eidolons. The Stolen Tomb is just extra gold for Fnatic at this point.
Envy in pretty deep. He does not have the Aegis. Seems pretty healthy still. TA with 3k gold, thinking about a BKB.
It's too strong. They've got Mech, Greaves now with Pipe, Helm of the Dominator aura, even though it doesn't stack, just having one of those giving you that health regen and attack speed. Everybody is like just online, ready to go. Very straightforward Rax lane for Fnatic.
Universe in kind of an odd situation here, but I think it might work out for him. DJ also makes the rotation, but this Clockwork is hasted up, misses the power shot, and Zephyr will survive.
Go back, Ace will wear off, so without a hook shot, not really getting close.
Down for 10. Universe with the Blink Dagger queued up now, and the BKB purchase for Abed.
There's not much Tigers can do. The Morphling is just too far behind. It's got a Blade of Alacrity, Morbid Mass.
It's going to go for a Manta. Certainly not a game-changing item.
Yep.
No, nice little farming tool, but
no obvious items that will help you at like a good price point this game.
Yeah, you want to think like, oh, shotgun, that could be cool, but so far away, unlikely he'll ever be able to farm it. You can't really go for like a Covery Midas. You could get like a Dragon Lance to try to stats up and build that way, but even that feels pretty underwhelming. You know, like a Diffusal. Also, you're right, there isn't really a magic item.
That's where
Time, that's the item.
Yeah, the Morphling being shut down matters so much more than Visage being shut down in lane, because Visage comes online with levels and cheap items, whereas Morphling needs big items and big farm.
Yep, so kind of two fights breaking out here. They are defending down bottom, or at least DJ's trying to, but it's a 2-on-1. Looks like he will live. Power shot. Now Abed and Envy just sieging on the high ground. Backside Universe catches Zephyr. They realize that there is some trickery afoot here with the Tigers spread outside of the base, but mid lane of Barracks, at least the melee, will get brought down. Abed stunned up. Follow-up not quite there. Able to blink back with the refraction.
Yeah, DJ solo defense bottom lane while staying alive against a 2v1 gank, and his team, while that's going on, take a melee racks mid.
It's like you said, if you're basically winning 2 skirmishes at once, yeah,
normally it's the case, you know, you get a kill on one side of the map, and then your opponent's seeing that you go for that kill, get the kill elsewhere. Like, Tigers, in an ideal scenario, you know, they see them not going mid, they jump bottom, they get a kill, and they threaten to push high ground, but they're just too far behind, don't have the items that they could even do it.
Just like how they took Roche. We got a tier 2 and Roche at the same time.
Ranger is incredibly farm, out-farming the entire Dire team in terms of individual net worth.
Oof. And that's DJ. He's gone all mobility tools for now, but Maelstrom going to be on the way, so he'll start to feel a little more like a carry. Remember that Aegis still in the hands of the TA, but it's just about to expire.
Seeing highlight eye build, just the casual Shadow Amulet, not even going for a Glimmer Cape. It's just invising around.
Just getting some value out of the old amulet. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's kind of cool. Lets him sit in the back line or the front line. Be in an interesting position for a fight to start like this. He gets stuffed in right away, though. Tombstone comes out. There's the global. He gets finished off, but it's a double Tombstone. Battle of the Tombstones as Black Hole gets used.
Block the hook shot.
That's so unfortunate for Zephyr. They will lose 2, and the good game gets called before the fight even finishes. Tigers getting cleaned up.
Wow, it's like a Hail Mary type play there. There was no real way to win a fight. That is too far behind.
Pretty far behind, but it hurts that like you catch the Undying, he still gets off his Tombstone before he goes down, so he's already kind of done his job in a way.
Yep.
And then as the fight continues,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team Fnatic's turn.
Elder Titan. Phantom Lancer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Welcome back. We are here with game number 2 of our second series today. The playoffs for the C region are well underway. TNC Tigers versus Fnatic. Game 1 very handily in favor of Fnatic. We'll see what happens coming up here in game number 2.
It was a stomp. For those of you who missed it, you didn't miss much.
No.
10 seconds
Well, you did.
remaining.
You missed a Jackie Mao recovery. That's the one thing of that game that was a little bit like, hey, this Visage is getting shut down. We called it. We said he'd come back through mid-game fights, and he did. That was the one thing in that game that wasn't picture perfect for Fnatic. Yep, the one thing.
Yeah, some games you can't win all 3 lanes. You're not BP.
Some games you can't just win everything. You know, you have to settle for 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But
game of sacrifice. You're gonna give something up. Give and take.
yeah, it was a tough game 1. But here we'll see the Mirana squeaks her way through because, alas, Enigma does actually get banned out first.
So who had a first pick here?
It was
According to my
Fnatic.
little thing here? Oh, okay.
Yes, it was the actual first pick Mirana, and then they grabbed the ETPL duo.
Radiant
So
team
TNC did
ban.
indeed take out the Enigma.
Fnatic's
And now
turn
TNC
to
are also
ban.
kind of guarding against that Enigma too, right? Or sorry, against the Undying by keeping the PL now. Because it keeps getting banned out in the second phase, and the Fnatic just picks Undying all the time.
Yep.
So now they're just like, alright, this is at least one way where we can try and shut down this stupid Undying. As if you guys haven't seen it before, you doppelganger, it kills the Tombstone.
Yep.
Great answer.
Broken.
Little odd. Feels like
10
maybe it shouldn't work
seconds
that way,
remaining.
but at the same time, you know, that Tombstone's pretty irritating to deal with. I don't feel that bad for
5
Undying, honestly.
seconds remaining.
I think it's nice to have some heroes that feel particularly good against Undying.
Yeah, it's like a broken way of dealing with one hero and spell, but you have to have that. So because of the nature of Dota, you know, having a draft, well, don't pick Undying if there's going to be a PL or a bunch of illusions that can instantly kill you too.
Radiant team ban.
Answer there.
Sand King, a fairly safe second pick for Fnatic. Pairs nicely with Mirana, doesn't reveal much. Slightly flexible. I heard he can lick his own elbow. Flexible.
That's how flexible he is. Yeah.
Wow.
Well said.
Sand King could lick his own elbow.
But it's like
He definitely looks like he could.
have you ever heard that, Lumi? You can't lick your own
Yeah, yeah.
elbow.
10
It's a human thing.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
So
I don't
he's
think he-
flexible enough to
I
do
don't
it.
think he can lick his own elbow.
I don't know.
His
No?
elbow's on the
Seconds
outside.
remaining.
Yeah.
He could lick his own tail. Give him that.
Impressive.
Radiant team pick.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Well, a Bane. Okay. 2 amazing laners for the TNC Tigers, Elder Titan and Bane.
Definitely feels a little bit like a deny pick. Because if I have a Mirana Sand King, the hero I want is Bane.
Sure.
But probably just the best 5 with Warlock being gone.
I think it swings both ways. Good pick for them. Great deny pick.
10 seconds remaining.
I like how either of these heroes for Fnatic could theoretically be for Universe, and it's not
5
even that bad.
seconds
Like,
remaining.
maybe Sand King 3 is a little bit not that, you know,
Yeah.
common these days, but it's still happening. Sometimes you just need that little bit of flexibility. And then the Mirana to the offlane all the time now. It feels like that's almost her home at this point. Still getting plenty of farm in that position.
I'm a big fan of
Radiant
Naga
team
here for
pick.
Fnatic if they can fit
Pixel
it in. Simply because he interacts so well against. But obviously, Sand King is likely DJ's hero, and if you pick Naga, that's going to be DJ playing it. Unless they do that thing where, like you suggested, put Sand King in the off. CM's here.
Fnatic's turn
Why
to
CM over, like, Disruptor?
Ranger at your service.
That seems so strange to me that they want a Crystal Maiden.
I don't like CM against PL. I just feel like there's nothing you can do against him.
Yeah, you have, like,
But-
no option.
A freezer field, bro.
Okay.
Don't believe in the,
True.
the
Pop
carry
that
CM.
ulti.
Yeah, pop
Yeah.
that ulti.
I think the problem is that you want to go like Ghost Scepter or something, and he gets Diffusal.
So you can No, Diffusal doesn't get rid of
It doesn't
Ghost
work
anymore.
anymore,
So,
yeah.
I'm living in the past. What am I
and you
talking
can't
about?
doppelganger out of the Frostbite.
5 seconds remaining.
Kind of nice.
Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah,
could
that was a
change,
recent
right.
change.
Okay,
That makes it a
that
little
makes a lot
better.
more sense. now.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think CM's toolkit isn't so bad for PL between the root as well as the AoE.
The attack
Nova. Like
slow.
after he doppelgangers, you just use
The
the
Crystal Nova.
Nova.
Yeah.
Not being able to doppelganger out of the root is all the difference.
Huge change.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
the old one.
All right, so together, Lumi, now we're Crystal Maiden Masters.
And
We
I
got
guess,
And CM Oro. These three heroes all like CM.
yeah, you can argue that like Disruptor has his own problems too, because you can still dodge the glimpse, the pretty easily timed doppelganger. But
these heroes really like Crystal Maiden Aura.
Yeah, they do. Darkseer in particular.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Allows him to
remaining.
put a lot more pressure on early.
do you think she'll max it, or do you think she'll do like the 3-1-1?
It's
5
Pi, he's gonna do
seconds
one.
remaining.
Kind of feels that way. He's more like using his body to block heroes. TNC.
Yeah.
The question is this a
Turn to
Jackie
ban.
Mal Marana or is this a mid Marana? I'm feeling it's Envy Marana more. So you pick your last pick as for Abed.
Kind of inclined to agree. They ban out the Storm Spirit, so it seems that's what Tigers are thinking. What is the ideal last pick for Fnatic?
10
It either has to
seconds
face a
remaining.
PL or a Wind Ranger mid.
5
Well, couldn't
seconds remaining.
Tigers? Aren't Tigers going to last pick their mid?
Yeah, Tiger could pick it there.
They're gonna-
this one.
I mean,
Yeah, they could
it's
change it up,
flexible,
but
that's
like
the
you
thing.
have to have it ready for those, I guess.
Is Abed Invoker in the cards here?
I think PL is a little too scary.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking that,
I
but
think a stable mid like a Kunkka sounds decent because that's
Okay.
just one of those heroes that is pretty good matchups against most people. And
I like Kunkka.
He's fed.
DK.
DK.
I'd say it's a similar idea to Kunkka, where it doesn't have any terrible matchups. You're always going to have an okay time mid. You're not worried about being counterpicked. And actually, this hero X is a better counter to PL, perhaps.
are they going to
Yes.
go Lina?
Jeez, these illusions. Attack slow and breathe fire.
Yep.
Good.
They would definitely want another carry to go alongside PL. I'm not.
You don't think
convinced
Lina
Wind
carries hard
Ranger
enough?
10
scale.
seconds
They
remaining.
like KYXY and Wind Ranger. He's going to play 3 positions, I say.
I see.
It's like
5
one of his
seconds
best
remaining.
heroes going back to when he used to play mid and carry.
I like SF here with BKB.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That's an underpicked hero. I agree.
He does feel a little. I mean, with the DK too, just like
Yeah, that's one hero that can destroy a DK.
and it always just feels so good when there's no one that cancels BKB, because that's just like you know.
And they have good
SF
setup
gaming.
for him, too. Elder Titan, Bane, Wind Ranger, all of them have ways to let him get off that perfect position. Good ultis, good raises.
I'm expecting some kind of fringe pick though for In Your Dream, like a Monkey King mid or something here. That's something he's done a few times.
That is a...
Plays these out there heroes.
That's a hero against DK, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick.
Guys, Huskar. Though.
Husker.
Huh?
Yeah, I see the
this,
Huskar. I
This
see
looks pretty good. I don't know. You're talking fringe picks.
I like Shadow Fiend more though.
I mean, I'm down with Shadowfiend 100%. But in terms of these C games, you know, maybe it's just kind of fresh in their minds. They're like, yo, how do you feel about Huskar?
That's
Is
how
he
they
a
feel.
goddamn hero?
I think it's been proven now Huskar doesn't need a defensive support to really shine.
Yeah.
But I'd still like to see some Huskar Oracle games. It's also not awful. You know, it seems like we've forgotten how good Oracle Huskar or Dazzle Huskar, and I would worry about him as a standalone kind of core here without any real defensive, I don't know, a lot of control. Enough stuns that I wouldn't really want to be playing Huskar here.
Admiral
It's Kunkka the other way.
Okay.
That's one of his big heroes, though, right? That's something
Yeah.
he's very comfortable with.
He is most played for the qualifiers, I speculate.
What do you think? We go into game 3, or is this another easy win for Fnatic?
Much more even draft. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Last time you see the drafts and you're like, well, how do they win these lanes? And then if you can't win the lanes, you're against a team that pushes super fast in mid game. You just lose.
Yeah.
TA comes online. Visage comes online. Game's over. This game, lanes are more balanced.
A lot of comfort picks on both sides, but DJ Sand King, Universe Darkseer, I find it hard to root against Fnatic in this one.
And they're like last game, they're very much prioritizing this offlane duo always being a really good combo. Last game it was these two ranged heroes that get all the last hits, Wind Ranger and Enigma. You can't come near us, we harass you, we last hit everything. This time it's two melee. They go a very different direction, but same idea. There's this synergy where you Iron Shell Sand King, he Burrow Strike in. It's a hard lane once more.
Fnatic 2-0, Universe Darkseer. I mean, what more do you want? He's the Darkseer.
What are you thinking, Lumi?
Not gonna root against my boys.
All right.
Not this time. Yeah.
Another vote for Jackie Mao. All right, well,
I will probably have to be vote number 3. They just adjust these lanes so well. They're against the Morph lane, they pick 2 range heroes to harass them down. They're against the PL. They get melee heroes for the off lane that can benefit from Iron Shell. PL can't lane there. He's actually dodging the lane. He's standing up top, it seems, because the lanes that Fnatic have drafted are just going to be, once again, very tough for him.
yeah. All right, well, thank you to the panelists. They will return, and then remember, we've got another whole best of 3 coming up after this. Winner of this one facing off against TNC in the upper bracket finals. Still a lot of Dota to come your way in this C qualifier.
Oh, they've scouted the lanes. Fnatic, they can now adjust,
30
make sure they get
seconds
those
to
lanes
vote.
that they want. This is the benefit of these early observer wards. If you can see where your opponents are laning things, you get the favorable matchups. 2 deep dire observer wards planted from smoke, and they do this because they know they have the better lanes if they get the right matchups. And because of these wards, they know they get Darkseer versus PL, and they're going to have their Mirana versus the
The
Wind
battle
Ranger down bottom,
begins.
which isn't a favorable lane. It's much more about the other one.
Yep. DJ, oh, he's able to grab the bounty down bottom. It's nice. So an advantage for Fnatic, 3-1.
And in fact, DJ's down here. They don't even realize they've got bad lanes yet. The Radiant team did not get down any deep wards. They've seen Sanking. They're assuming Sanking is with Darkseer, but that is not the case.
Would be in for a surprise. We'll see if they end up playing some musical lanes. We'll probably have to make some kind of adjustment.
It's such a long walk to go across those lanes. You never feel good about it, but you may just have to.
Yeah.
Darkseer with CM sounds just fine as well. It's not quite the Darkseer Sanking, but it's scary enough.
Okay, well, they see it. Check out the top lane. How do you feel about this new Darkseer cosmetic, Gods?
You into it? Absolutely have no idea what's going on here. This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, okay. I saw it in an Underhollow game earlier. Like Elder Titan's taking some pretty serious harassment. But yeah, that's new Ion Shell.
Okay, is this the golden version
Yes.
of it, I guess?
This is the golden version. So that's why it's so
ultra
extreme.
rare.
I think it's very, very rare, but still. It's something, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it is something. He's trading blows a lot of top lane, getting them very low, but status to the EP schmack.
Knows his limits. Nice surge away.
There's a spirit, though. He wants to cancel the salve. He knows Universe wants to use this salve, and therefore it wants to deny it, but spirit out now.
Does
Universe.
connect, and now he should be pretty safe.
Sure that he gets far enough away before popping any of his regen.
Pops the clarity as well. Pi with pull camp. Check in on mid. In Your Dream versus Abed. Very even spread. Should be a pretty boring mid matchup. Kunkka on DK.
I agree. This is
Very
not a lane
little
to
kill
watch.
potential until at least level 6.
Yep. Yeah, Kunkka Ghost Ship, perhaps.
Without rotations, at least.
Yeah, side lane is going to be where it's at.
So far, no rotations, though, out of TNC Tiger.
Yeah, I feel like they know that if they walk across the whole lane, Fnatic can just follow them. And if you TP, they're going to follow you with TPs. And the walking just feels like you miss out. You lose the lanes by walking across the map sometimes. So if it's not insta-lose lanes, you just kind of stick it out a bit. And the Wind Ranger does fine against the bottom lane. I think bottom lane's slightly TNC favored, if anything. It's just this top lane where things could get rough. But so far, PL is actually outlasting the Darkseer significantly, thanks to the ET help.
Yeah, he's doing fine. It's really not too bad. And mid continues to be kind of a wash. Abed with a slight lead, but also a denied disadvantage, so yeah, it makes up for it there.
Alright, it's kind of, as we were happy about, a much more even draft. Not going to see either team just run away. Yeah. Oh, first rotation though, CMT being bottom. Does not find the kill. Quite get that
makes it back.
stun arrow combo off. Points in the frostbite yet, since he went for the Nova for the level 1 laning stage.
Just feels like that Ion Shell doesn't do anything to Elder Titan.
Yeah, he's just tanking it, and Darkseer doesn't have Soaring yet. This is really where you'd want to have Soaring so you can spam the Ion Shell and have that health regen, but has a last clarity, which may even get broken by Zephyr. Zephyr's playing this lane stage has been very good.
Yeah, you don't realize how good Elder Titan is against Darkseer in this context, but being able to constantly knock off the regen like that, forcing Universe into a bad position with the Spirit,
And he just tanked Iron Shell damage. He didn't care. He's like, I'm right-clicking you harder than you're Iron Shelling me. Level 1 Iron Shell wasn't all that scary, and ET, the bonus damage was zoning the Darkseer.
Even level 2 Ion Shell, not that scary. And even though the CM aura really helps Darkseer, only level 1, it's not enough to tip him over the scales, and I think he's going to have to walk home here. Completely out of regen, still can't quite afford that Soul Ring, but it'll be close. He'll get it probably before he comes back to lane.
Going to make top lane a win for the TNC Tigers. The other two lanes right now are pretty even. Dead even, I would say. Kunkka, DK, identical CS more or less. Kunkka does have the X TP home, so he can get some more items cheaply. The lane and then bottom lane is 15-7 on Mirana, 13-6 Wind Ranger. Very even lane as well so far, but we'll start to swing Fnatic's way with their tri lane down.
Maybe this Bane do something. 1437, invisible. 2 points in the brain sap. Will not catch Fnatic off guard. DJ on the other side. There is a sentry ward here. It's a Radiant sentry. Very exciting. This is a very slow start for Universe.
Yeah, he comes back to lane instantly. DT's there to zone him out. There's bounty runes, which Universe is going to get one up for his team. On the other side, it is 1437 getting both the bounty runes.
There's a dire sentry there. He kind of walked in vision, but still made it happen. TP home. He's good. Burrow strike.
Yeah.
No vacuum.
I kind of felt like the CM Darkseer lane was going to be adequate enough, but hindsight, it's really looking like they should have had the Sanking with Darkseer from the start. Darkseer needed that buddy to Iron Shell and also tank damage for him. That is definitely not CM. No. CM is always going to sit as far back as possible.
Abed just pops the ultimate mid, a little bit of extra damage. Kunkka does not seem too phased by it. Pops a jig. DOTA's really evolved to have some great taunts.
Yeah, I like where the taunts have gone. There's plenty of them. They're a little bit obnoxious, but not crossing the line with being too obnoxious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned the Darkseer cosmetics, you know, cosmetics are getting a little bit crazy in some places, but taunts are definitely not there yet.
Yeah, I think Frankfurt Major, big one. Oh, yep. Highlight die. He's going to get caught by the boat combo, and that should be enough for a first blood. 6 minute in your dream. Does get that bonus gold. Abed will not be able to find a return kill. 1-0. Good start for the Tigers.
Top lane PO could be fine here. Play to kill him. But, the Frankfurt Major. You thinking the SF taunts?
Yes. I think that pushed the limits of everyone's tolerance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
I think they were banking on few players having the gusto to actually do that on the main stage of a major consistently, game after game.
As we've seen with voice lines, players, if there's something there they can use, they will use it and not in moderation. Voice lines really highlight. Players don't care about it being a suitable moment to spam it, they will just spam it for the fun of it.
That's true. Yeah, Zephyr up top, looking for a stomp, but not enough. Universe will be able to finish him off with that Ion Shell. DJ in the Sandstorm. It's a little harder to see on heroes like Sand King. He was Ion Shelled that whole time, and he's Ion Shelled right now.
The health bar drop is 1437. Gonna find a ward right in front of the Sand King. That's gonna be an easy D ward if they want to. Also potentially kill here as DJ's surge forward and
Brain Sap might actually be enough. DJ falls short, 30 HP, and now Universe, he's gonna get stomped. This could maybe turn the other way. Spirit Lance, not quite enough, but Spirit Charge. It's Phantom Rush.
That was a big outplay. And a big dive from Fnatic.
That's big misplay.
Yeah, that cost them a lot. This PL is having a great time. He's top net worth, free farming. Now he's getting kills with his team.
That bottom, KYXY. Little frostbite into arrow action, leaping all over the place.
Oh, gets the shackle. Can he TP out from the trees?
Be close.
Where is he going to juke to?
Don't have too much interrupt, and it doesn't matter. They'll find him in the tree line. Envy with the kill. Punish that one. He does make him work for it, though.
Uses all 3 leap charges there, which take a long time to replenish for level 1 leap. And good call not to go for a TP out there, because if you die without your TP, it feels pretty bad.
Yeah. That
Long walk back to lane. Much more even game, and I like seeing In Your Dream on Kunkka. This is a hero he excels at, and 458 looks way more comfortable on the PL than the Morphling from last game.
Yeah, absolutely. And just having set up to be much more successful this game as well. Level 8. Yeah, this is a great start.
Shackle down bottom. They've maybe got Envy here.
Oh.
His leap just came back up, and oh no!
Oh, it's such a heartbreak.
XY.
Perfect.
Arrowed as well, but no follow-up. Yeah, he woke up the Nightmare. Envy just got his leap charge back just in time there as well. Perhaps they could have chased him down after the leap if he didn't accidentally sleep himself. Bit of miscommunication there. 1437 just wanted to get a few more Nightmare right-clicks in and probably wait for the Brain Sap cooldown, which may have killed him off.
Dire's bottom tower
Or even just
is under
Nightmare
attack.
into a power shot.
This, though, smoke rotation with Abed
Radiant's
from the
top
mid lane.
tower is under attack.
They did not smoke under a ward or anything, but they struggle to find the opening. Moonlight Shadow, 458, backing up, but they'll use the Dragon Tail. Some follow-up, stun, lockdown from the CM. The root, nowhere for him to go. They get a clean kill on the PL.
Well played gank, and they do this around the bounty runes as well. I think they were expecting PL to go for a bounty rune here. That they're just going to pick it up for themselves and turn this into a tier 1 tower.
Kunkka with the invis, sets up onto Sand King, but he did go back home. Actually, not enough damage to finish him off, and now they'll turn on to the Elder Titan. In comes Universe. He's surged up, DJ will live, no detection, and they'll make it too. PL and Elder Titan down for the price of 1.
Miranda does go down bottom lane to that Bane Wind Ranger combo.
Oh.
A lot of that does go back to KYXY, you know, forcing out the triple leap, and Envy's just playing this lane without leap charges makes it very difficult. And
True.
Wind Ranger going to go straight for the Maelstrom. KYXY kind of going to be playing the more core style, this 4-position utility that we often see. Stands though, Fnatic finding a few nice little kills for them, unable to fully turn it into towers just yet.
A stack from Pylai Die as he walks by through the mid lane. Setting it up for Abed. Still feels pretty okay for Fnatic. Certainly a lot more even than last game, and they, you know, the PL is getting space, but as we saw in that last gank, I think the CM route is going to be one of the key tools of shutting down this PL. Probably force him into an earlier BKB than he'd like to buy.
Yeah, there's definitely annoying stuff. There's also the Manta, which may be the more scaling-oriented item he can get to deal with it, but he needs something.
I think he'll need both. I mean, you always want to get Diffusal Manta, but that's where I mean, I think he doesn't want to get a BKB, but he's going to have to. Envy, caught by the boat combo, but again, no kill. Arrow off the mark. Stun from DJ. They drop a sentry straight away. Shackle does latch, but it's low level.
Yep. They force a lot of TP rotations there, and thanks to the great vision they have, they saw everybody TPing in. Otherwise, they dive for that kill. That would have been horrible for TNC Tigers. They've got heroes farming elsewhere on the map, ET up top, PL in the jungle and in mid lane, so no need to force a kill there, just the rotations alone frees up space elsewhere on the map.
Smoke now, Fnatic. It's a Radiant Ward they're standing on. Well, I think they saw that one.
Okay. Banes may walk into this one, but that's the smoke for 5 position.
Yep. Oh, nice shackle. Interrupts the epicenter. Actually doesn't do any damage. Bane standing in the sandstorm will die. Universe gets credit for that one with the Ion Shell. Pylai Die with a huge ultimate. DJ in a follow-up stun, but this one might cost him his life. Trying to fog. Moonlight Shadow. It might be enough. The boat flies overhead as the power shot catches one.
Ion Shell damage is doing some work here. Universe chases, gets juked initially. Can he still chase this one?
Looks like it. In your dream, nowhere to go.
Yeah, very heads-up play from Universe. The second he doesn't see him, he knows he's gone into those trees and chases him down.
Very well done.
Pretty even fight in the end there. Kunkka dying, as did the Bane, died to the Iron Shell, plus Sandstorm from the Sand King, so it looked like it was 2-for-2 trade.
Yep.
In the end.
I think so. Recap, struggling with that one a little bit, but finally Universe online. You know, I think normally you'd expect him to be a little higher on the net worth chart, just his Darkseer reputation and prowess, but he's recovered pretty darn well, and he's just going to move into the Crimson Guard now that he's got the Helm of the Dominator Soul Ring. The basic items he needs to start scaling to success.
Yep. Damage block against PL and Wind Ranger sounds pretty damn nice.
And now coming in, DJ, maybe in some trouble. KYXY on the run. No kill on either side. This Ion Shell on the Sand King, very annoying though. Not a unheard of combo, but quite potent nonetheless.
Yeah, often Sand King feels a bit underwhelming at a certain point when you have like level 4 stun but nothing else to back it up, like no Blink Dagger, and you can't epicenter because they just disable you. So Ion Shell is just a big boost to his damage. Essentially it means when he Burrow Strikes someone, they're going to take an extra 150, 200 damage.
Highlight die, beat his life away in the mid lane. Won't get much out of that one, but usable
timing, yeah.
Up on PL, yeah.
He's ready to fight, get involved. They need to make sure they have detection. I feel like the Sand King is getting away with just sandstorming in the middle of 2-3 heroes way too often. Yeah. The lack of sentries and dust is pretty poor from TNC Tigers. And Fnatic have all the vision in the world right now.
Holding the high ground here. Arrow will connect onto the PL. Dragon Knight was caught by the Fiend's Grip, but no real follow-up. PL on the run. He's not going to be able to survive this one, but Bo does connect on quite a few dire heroes. Epicenter this time will fly. Highlight die interrupted almost right away. It looked good for the Tigers, but now low on resources. In Your Dream will die as he dances his way to a watery grave.
Yeah, great team fight from Fnatic. They get the big 5-second arrow on PL. Actually set up by a bit of a nightmare there, which was unfortunate for Tigers. I believe Bane felt he needed to use it to block some other spells initiation, but the end result was it gave a perfect 5-second arrow to Envy, who gets an easy kill there on the PL. Perhaps needing to cancel that nightmare a bit earlier so PL could have doppelganger dodged it. Both PL and Kunt can die in that one, so the two big carries giving Fnatic a decent lead here 15 minutes in.
Yeah, PL still farming pretty well, but Dragon Knight also keeping tempo, and some of that trickling down to the supports. Sand King about a third of the way to the Blink Dagger. He'll get a little bit of space in the bottom lane. And Mirana, of course, just going for the Maelstrom. No surprise there. Highlight Die doing decent on levels. He's keeping up. Soon to be 8. A lot of big ultimates this game. Feel like we've seen a good bit of damage come out of him.
I like the Max Nova build this game. I feel like a lot of CMs for a while were just going this Max Frostbite with Max Aura, ignoring the Nova, but this is a game where the damage and slow from the Nova is going to be super value. Very good against the PL. Well,
100%.
Doppelganger it off, but you pretty much are going to save it for post-Doppelganger. You just instantly use it, and the damage means you're going to right away narrow down the PL to one of two of the units you see.
Yes.
If he has like an 8 illusion army, you use the Nova. 2 of them are going to take less damage. One's the real PL, one is the Doppelganger illusion, so you have a very good chance of killing him post-Doppelganger.
And that's where you roll the dice, Frostbite, blow him up.
Absolutely.
Feels good.
And there are, yeah, like you say, there is sometimes a roll of the dice where if PLs use Dukes, you may not know which is the real one, but gives you a good shot at killing him.
Now Smoke on the other side as they shrine up. Gets popped right away by 4-5-8. Moonlight Shadow now to help pursue. Clears out the illusions. They find the Dragon Tail. Follow up, not quite there. Well played by Zephyr with a stomp to prevent follow-up initiation. And that'll be the end of it. Fnatic just stay on their side of the river. Yep. Tigers go back to farming.
Kind of respecting the lines being drawn for now, as Fnatic may want to... With the, I guess DK ulti's one off, so maybe they can't get this top tier 1 tower. They may just want to go back to farm themselves. They have got Crimson Guard, so they are very strong in a team fight with this item. They can find a way to utilize it.
Things slowing down a little. I guess it's been a relatively slow game. Feels like Fnatic don't really want to fight that much. They don't have that much of an advantage. They are giving a lot of room to the PL.
Problem is, this PL, they just assess the PL and say, he's not a big threat. He is not going to solo carry this game. We've got Dragon Knight, super high armor, a lot of damage mitigation, health regen, also has the AoE splash damage, and slow later on. We've got Darkseer, Iron Shell, Vacuum, and most importantly, the Crimson Guard now. These heroes aren't afraid of PL until he gets like 4 or 5 items, and even then it depends how PL itemized. A lot of PLs we're seeing get like the BKB you mentioned. You may need to go BKB, a Heart of Taras. These items give you 0 damage against DK Darkseer.
That's true, especially once the Crimson Guard is complete. He has the Vanguard like you said. Oh, the Crimson's up.
Completed, yeah.
Okay, wow, you're right.
Good to go. He's ready to team fight.
Yeah, this is tough. Now it seems the Tigers will be the ones to press the issue up top. Wind Ranger.
Yep.
the focus fire.
It's for Tigers. This game is going to have to go late, and Kunkka is going to have to be the one who gets farmed, as well as PL. Like, definitely PL can have an impact. It's just not going to be quite the you've got Diffusal Yasha or Diffusal Manta. You're like the strongest hero in the game. You kill anyone you want. Two of these heroes can actually survive through the damage.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
We'll see. Kunkka has the Talbot queued up. Good item for him. Big fan. Just gets super tanky.
Yep, it's a great hybrid item on him. Survivability, utility, and also a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
some nice strength.
It gives a surprisingly large amount of damage, particularly for strength heroes. Plus 25 damage with 20 strength. Like for the build-up, it's just like, oh, you just suddenly get 25 damage out of nowhere. You didn't. There's no damage components to it.
Yeah.
Just the strength items, but you get a nice cheap damage out of it. The active this game is not bad. On like the range heroes, it has a 5-second disarm.
Now smoke from the Tigers.
Had Zephyr here, it looks like, in the jungle.
Yeah, they're going to catch 1, 4, 3, 7 perhaps. Envy. Finish him off easily. And on the other side, they're going to grab one more. It's DJ. Kunkka able to sidestep the arrow. Well done there. Boat will fly over. Highlight Die actually dies in the enemy jungle.
EL. Yeah. Fortunate. EL just TP'd in there to farm, it looks like, because there was multiple dire wards there and no radiant vision, so.
Now a stun from DJ. Channels up the Epi. Zephyr will take a lot of damage. Ion Shell making that an easy kill. Now DJ, though, caught by the X-Torrent combo. No boat from In Your Dream. On the other side of the fight, looks like Abed trying to pursue. Completely out of mana here, but will be surged up by Universe.
Classic PL things, not having mana. Not fun to play against PL because of that.
Yep.
Has a Soul Ring though. Soul Ring 1, I like this. Making sure you have the Soul Ring build against the PL. May hold on to this for quite some time.
Yeah. It's one of the things that makes the DK an appealing pick against the PL. You usually want to go Soul Ring in most games anyway.
Yeah, he didn't get the mana regen talent at level 10, which is an amazing mana regen talent considering it's level 10 talent, getting 2 full mana regen.
Yeah, boat comes in, but Wind Ranger will go down first. DJ in the front lines, BKB from Abed. That's the debut.
And there's just action in like multiple lanes constantly.
Yeah, 458 gets another kill.
Yeah, he's solo killing people, it seems. Perhaps ET helped there.
Yeah, I think ET helped, but still, that's the Mirana. I mean, that's not some support. That ain't Pile Die.
Yeah, the CM kill you don't really think too much of. You're like, oh, just CM doing some warding, but for Mirana going down, EL is going to be feeling pretty good about where he's at. Yasha into Heart of Tarask. Build seems fine for this game. After the Heart and perhaps Heart into Manta, I definitely want to see like a big damage item, because otherwise he just won't have good answers to DK. Possibly a Silver Edge game where you can break his passive. See what he considers.
Blink Dagger going to be coming for the Wind Ranger. For Farm, continuing to impress this game.
Yep. And that's the nice thing about the Tigers lineup is they've got 3 cores that all can scale, with Wind Ranger playing a 3 position with the Maelstrom build. No Force Staffs, no. Well, there's going to be a Blink, but no Blink Rush. Not playing around being an initiator.
Universe is also not far off of a pipe.
Yeah, he's got all these team items. We'll see how well he can scale. A lot of his scaling kind of depends often on how good are your Wall of Replica illusions. Which this game is not all too bad with the PL. The other heroes don't feel like they're going to be too impactful. Get an ET aura, theoretically. Is...
Gods. Is this the game for the Darkseer Aghanims? Pretty good against PL. Sorta.
Not bad.
Not really. Okay.
I'm a hater. I know you're a big fan. I'm just
a big fan. I bought it in that one game, that one time 2 years ago.
It's not enough damage bonus. It doesn't change the spell in any way other than more damage.
Yeah, you're one of those guys. Always got to be
the numbers.
Always got to be something different. We're just doing extra damage. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
The day that Lich Ags was changed was the day I started buying Ags on Lich. Is that what you're telling me?
It changes the spell. Yeah, it's got to do something special. Just boosting damage. There's not many Ags I feel like that just give you like a raw boost in like the damage that are.
I think Veno might be one of the only ones that it feels okay. This is one. Yeah, but that's also a cooldown reduction.
Yeah, that's the thing. It changes it because it like halves the cooldown or something, which I think does change the way the hero plays.
That's true. Same with Spirit Breaker. That's...
Like Lion and Lina, two examples where their ags are both just kind of awful because they just boost the damage and...
Well, Lina with the BKB piercing.
That's true. That's... I think the old ags didn't have that. But.
And Lion's got the 5-finger now. Yeah.
Yep. That's the thing. They changed these ags because they were garbage. They had to give them something new to make them viable, and even with the something new, they're still not great. But
yeah, that's true. Lion ags, you know, the theory-crafted counter to PL. Fortunately, not the real-life counter to PL.
You use it and then you just doppelgangers and...
Well, they did change that mana drain talent a while ago to make it a little more appealing. So now it's multi-target mana drain.
Yeah.
That kills multiple illusions, I believe.
That's one way to farm some gold.
Yep. It's a little hokey, but does make Lion not a 0 factor against PL late game. Makes him like a 5% factor against PL.
Kills illusions just feel more about the chaos and the mana burn than the damage output. Yeah. It's like, and he makes them so fast. Great against, I'd say, like Terrorblades. Terrorblades, your illusion build-up is kind of slower. Your illusions deal a lot more damage than the PL. They're kind of core part of your damage output, so...
No, that's definitely true.
And hey, they give a lot of gold when you kill them, too.
Is under attack.
Heart on PL. So those kills that he picked up have actually made all the difference in the world. And I think it's given 4, 5, 8 more confidence to say, you know what? I don't need the Manta. I don't need the BKB. I can make this stretch to the heart. And if I get it, guys, we're going to be in great shape. My illusions are going to be super survivable. You know, your illusions don't really care about BKB. We'll hold that thought. Abed
linked
in deep.
He's a BKB, though. He should be fine.
Double damage on the Wind Ranger. Maybe needs to be a little careful. Now disarmed. Fiend's Grip through the BKB. This is a sad DK.
He's tanking it, though.
Pretty good split. Pretty good boat as well. Universe now goes down. You're right. Abed's still alive. DJ now in decently far. He'll get brought down to dead as the Tigers take a nice fight on their high ground.
Yeah, Bane buys back, but that's the least of your worries. It's a 5-position support. Who cares? Great fight. And yeah, before that fight broke out, even though Tigers are down like 2k gold, it's now even less after that fight. It doesn't feel it. It actually kind of feels like they're in a better position because they're going to scale better. The PL has made this big jump to a Heart of Taras without going for like a Manta style along the way. He's incredibly tanky. He's kind of unkillable now. And Fnatic's lineup just feels like they need a few more items before they actually get scary. DK, if he gets like 4 or 5 big items, does match up well against PL. Same for Mirana. I'd say Mirana less so. The Mjolnir is only going to do so much against illusions, but the scary thing is, by the time you get all these items, Tigers is not just going to be a PL. They're going to be a PL, a Wind Ranger, and a Kunkka late game. ET goes late game amazingly well. Tigers, I feel like, may have this game.
Quite possibly, but if they lose the PL here, that's going to hurt. Arrow follows up. He's tanky, but maybe not tanky enough. It's a nice shackle from KYXY, but PL falls. 3-hero stomp into boat. Where's the follow-up? It's just not there. Fnatic survived through it, and now they're in hot pursuit. They find the stun on the In Your Dream. He's going to be locked down and likely brought down. Hungry for more, Pylai Dine charges out, but the rest of the Radiant have made the retreat, and they will cut their losses. Big response. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Not done yet. They want more.
1-4-3-7. Arrow will connect, and the Bane Elemental will be ripped apart.
It's like Fnatic do very well. Like they lose a fight. It doesn't. So many teams like after losing a fight go into like defensive. Let's like play patiently. Fnatic's like no, let's just run at them and just catch them by surprise. They go straight into the PL. They kill him, isolate him. He's completely alone there. 4-5-8 causes 3 heroes to go down there.
They grab another. Zephyr caught by the stun. Arrow sets it up to either...
Abed's on the high ground. He's killing KYXY.
Whoa, you're right. I'm tunnel vision on that Elder Titan, but it's a full 5-man wipe.
Oh.
Fnatic just erupt.
That came out of nowhere.
Pylai die with a victory ulti.
And 5 kills, all stemming from one. The PL getting caught out there. He gets caught out, and then 2-3 teammates come in like, we gotta help him. Let's try and make this right. And those heroes died because they're trying to help the PL. And then Fnatic, they're like, well, it's 5v2. They only got 2 heroes alive. Let's go push forward. Let's take a tier 2, and they get more kills because it's 5v2. So PL making some costly mistakes there on the enemy side of the map.
We're going to slow down his farm a little bit. DK really closing the net worth gap. He just picked up that Maelstrom, and now he's already got the Hyperstone almost at the full Mjolnir. Of course, an incredible item against PL. Clear out illusions. Very tanky DK. We saw how much he's tanked in that last fight on the enemy high ground here. Imagine that with the static charge bot.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get the double Dragon Blood regen and armor at level 20. It's like we're seeing it more and more, and particularly against in these games where you're against like PL type heroes, where you want to be unkillable. Sort of a lot against storms when we want these DKs wanting to just become too hard for a storm to kill as well.
I think it also fits the mentality of how you want to play DK these days. The 150 gold per minute is pretty good, but for that to really pay dividends, you want that game to go on, not maybe as long as possible, but for a pretty good window. The Dragon Blood makes you feel like, hey, we need to close this out. I didn't go the scaling build. Let's fight now while I have this big advantage. And I think that helps maintain your tempo.
Yeah, the times where I've seen the GPM work is when you're behind, which is when you know, like, our game plan hasn't worked. Let's just get this GPM talent and turtle and hope for the best, because maybe this will take us into the late game.
Sure, when you're not in control anymore. DJ gets the setup stun onto the PL. Abed's there with some follow-up. The ensnare, quite good. Universe joins the party. Wall comes down. PL does doppelganger up. They lose Pylai Die as the boat connects. Dust used, and they are going to find this kill. Now the Epicenter doing some decent follow-up damage to the Elder Titan. He'll also get brought down. They go 1 for 2. Again, it's the Tigers in retreat. Dragon Tail follow-up connects on In Your Dream. Arrow, it's there. The layup.
DJ once more. He's chasing past the Kunkka.
Very nice. Yule's Scepter setup. Low on mana. Letting that clarity tick.
Cancels the TP thanks to the mud columns.
Well, Kunkka dies. No surprise there.
DJ's still fishing. He wants this Bane. Bane's like, oh crap. Just trapped here.
Does 1437 get out of this? He does not have a TP.
I think they know he's here though. Managed to juke and
successfully juked the Sand King.
Instead, KYXY down bottom. Find him in these trees.
Universe also runs on by. Power shot. All right, well, another good fight for Fnatic. Looking at the gold graph, things, well, kind of holding steady.
There's so much lockdown. It's so hard for PL to play because he's just getting initiated on by a Sand King stun. Then there's a Frostbite to follow it up, a DK stun. Arrow wasn't even there. Luckily, Envy got hit by an ET stomp. Otherwise, that would have been the quick, easy PL kill that would have just insta-lost the fight for them. Fight still goes horribly wrong because they can chase down the PL, and Envy survived a full duration Bean script because he had his BKB up, so there was just no one who could kill anyone in a fight like that.
Pylai Die securing some farm for himself with that ultimate. Having fun with the Shadow Amulet as well.
So on the end dying is going to be just another casual amulet. And that invis be super annoying.
It's really a pretty cool concept.
For the price point, it's pretty crazy that you can go perma invis and make your teammates perma invis.
The fact that it has no duration, no cooldown. Very nice item to have. Yep. Kunkka will TP out. And on the other side, there's a Fiend script, but he still gets off the Burrow Strike. Will cost him a Sand King. First casualty of this fight. Fnatic need to be careful, but BKB's pop. They're going to go in onto the Kunkka. Earth Splitter doesn't do too much. 1 for 1 now, but they've lost the core. Now the stun on PL. Envy comes back in. Reinitiates and Universe with a nice back wall. Brings the PL low. He falls, and Zephyr on the other side. Looks like he'll survive for now. Abed, he wants more. He's got the Dragon Tail. Blink Dagger going to be coming up. They Delta split into the trees. TP home. It looks like the rest of Tigers will survive again. Seems like the same sort of fight happening over and over. Most of them survive, the PL dies, and Fnatic get another 1 to 2k gain.
Yeah, that's the amazing part about having all these AoE spells like the Breathe Fire, the Crystal Nova, even just the DK ulti splash damage, that it's so easy to find the real PL. Every time he's doppelgangering to escape, it just seems like Abed can instantly find the real PL. He pings it and gets a DK stun on it right after the doppelganger. They bring him down once more, and it is just proven to be way too difficult for this PL to maneuver in these fights.
Love this build from the Darkseer. Stopped off for a Blink Dagger, now Shiva's Guard. This is just pure auras coming out of Universe.
Yep. And that fight, the second the DK found the real PL, Universe is there. Blink Wall gets the PL illusion for his team, and at that point there is very little TNC Tigers can do to win the fight.
Always an impressive Darkseer performance.
Yeah. Kind Kunkka needs more items. I think if he has like a... Even one Daedalus doesn't sound like enough. He needs a Daedalus with his level 20 talent and maybe even a second Daedalus. His farm is just not quite adequate enough to have an impact on these fights.
Yeah, one of the issues with core Kunkka sometimes can be a difficult hero to farm with. Feels like he's very reliant on finding kills, getting rotations, using that X combo. And it's definitely been tough. Fnatic, like you said, have so much stun, so many ways to initiate. Arrow, be off the mark here, but Moonlight Shadow could still maybe yield an opener. DJ bumps into the Wind Ranger. Yule Scepter into Burrow Strike, but there's a PL on the high ground. Fiend's Grip from 1437, but beautiful back wall. Sets it up as they bring down KYXY and the Bane. Instant buyback from the Wind Ranger, but Pylai die with an ultimate, clear out creeps. Prevent any kind of reinitiation.
Yeah, using Freezing Field to clear creep waves. Things are in a pretty good situation.
Also felt like a little bit of a preemptive play. Like if that PL does jump in or that Wind Ranger gets too giddy after the buyback, you're just positioned very well.
Yeah, you don't want to really find a Freezing Field as a PL unless you can insta-burst this Crystal Maiden.
But either way, when you're using Freezing Field as a zoning tool, you're feeling pretty good. No matter how you spin it.
Yep.
More economic damage once again. 13k net worth is the favor. 25 to 13. Fnatic in a very comfortable position now.
Yeah. He finds a DD rune, so see what they can get with that. Does still have Aegis for several minutes. And
Envy maybe in trouble here. Atos starts things off. Looks like there's another fight breaking out down bottom. But Envy gets brought down. That is the Aegis.
Chasing KYXY's Wind Range. Envy's going to have to BKB.
KYXY on the run. DJ, Burrow Strike will survive. Let's check the other side. Looks like they're doing a lot of damage to the PL. Envy lives. BKB now used by Abed, but the Earth Splitter will hit Envy, and he actually goes down. Other side, Elder Titan, frozen up by Pylai Die, but they're on the run. I think Fnatic are in some trouble here.
Yeah, PL's maybe found a way back into this fight. He has the heart regen, so he's slowly getting back up to health where he can go back in, and Abed.
He is going down. He's got a lot of regen, but it's not enough. They lose 3. Tigers showing a big-time sign of life as Universe and DJ head for the hills. They will both survive.
Fnatic were 2 split there. They had 2 heroes chasing after the Wind Ranger, and then Envy was alone against multiple heroes. He loses the Aegis, has this BKB, but it doesn't get him out of there with just a couple leap charges, and PL's Phantom Rush are able just to chase after the leaps, which allowed them to essentially kill him a second time there. And then DK shows up. He's like, all right, this PL's alone. Let's find the real PL. Same thing as always. Abed, fantastic job finding the real PL, but this time, unlike before, he didn't have the damage to bring PL down. He escapes on like 300 health, and once he escapes, he's able to heal back up thanks to the Heart of Taras regen.
High ground.
There's 40 seconds without a buyback on DK.
Is this an option? Tiger's not going to force the issue.
They don't have good building hitters. Like, PL's
true.
Okay, but it's not like a building expert like the Lycans and Lone Druid type heroes.
Right.
But they're going to just use this time to get farm and push out these side lanes.
These last outer towers, double siege wagons here, so should be a pretty easy tier 2 for the Wind Ranger. At least forces out a glyph, and if Fnatic want to defend this, they will have to rotate. Moonlight Shadow.
They're in no rush on the Tiger side. Their lineup should scale better. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. There's going to be plenty of plays from that can make. We've seen them outmaneuver Tigers countless times, so it's not like if this goes 50-60 minutes, Tigers are just going to instantly win, but their lineup definitely has a slight edge should it get to that stage and you're Yeah,
I think the Wind Ranger is the one that really tips the scales there. She is a little behind on farm, but there's the Daedalus on Kunkka, so that'll certainly help. Still only 18, but
the other really nice here is the ET. His aura is something that will always scale into the late game. Particularly if you tank up with a BKB, he can just get in close to make sure he gets the minus armor aura off. It's what's going to allow the PL and Kunkka to do crazy amounts of damage.
50% max HP is damage. Sounds good. Abed does have the BKB, but maybe needs to be careful here. The smoke rotation gets broken. They go up the high ground. Mirana, Fiend's Grip. Follow-up Shackle, and down goes Envy. They catch him with the rotation. Does have a buyback, but very much eating into that lead. That alone is a 1k swing. But Universe sets up on 3, and they just evaporate. It looked like a team of illusions, gods.
They melted so fast there, and now 458 may just die here. He beat KBs, but they can chase.
I think he's going to go down. It's almost done.
DJ's just waiting for him. He's going to walk right into DJ's hands. He's trying to juke with the illusion. Oh, it's working for now, but I don't think it's going to work for long.
They know. Yep. And they've got the split. They've got the right clicks. 4 dead. That was absolutely incredible. I'm almost just stunned at how quickly they died.
They got insta-deleted.
The DK did 5,400 damage.
Is under attack.
Yeah, that damage came out so incredibly fast. Vacuum, Bar Strike, Wall, and yeah. I think they got the big pun is they get the ETR with the vacuum wall. I was like, I'm trying to think, like,
that's it.
They shouldn't have been that squishy, right? In my head, I'm like, okay, I guess it was just a good combo, but they should be tankier. The ETR makes the damage amp insane for Fnatic, and they're just gonna go high ground.
They're gonna trade though. In your dream, he's got some siege creeps. He's hitting exposed barracks right now.
Yeah. They get back to defend. They
take melee.
Peace here. There's lack of TPs on the Fnatic side.
Oh, they've got some. Envy's got one. DJ's got one. Abed, the only one lacking TP right now. So, but they lose their ranged barracks. Does favor Fnatic, but it's not a great trade. I mean, it feels okay for the Tigers given how far behind they are right now.
And given like all those heroes were dead, there was no way they were ever going to defend their racks there. So the fact they could get a free tier 3 plus range Rex is best of a bad situation for them. But they'll still find themselves in a pretty tricky place once they respawn.
This'll come in handy.
I think it's been pretty important that Abed himself is a PL player. It seems like he's the one, every single time PL doppelgangers, he's the quickest one to find the real PL. He just knows and understands how this hero works. He's really good at just isolating the real one, and it's incredible how fast he is at just getting that blink stun on the PL like, after every single doppelganger.
Yeah. They are playing around the PL very effectively. Pile Die, he is getting way more farm than he's used to, I'm sure. Limber Cape, BKB on the way, net worth, not too bad. You compare that to the 5 on the other side, and old Theban, well, he's got arcade boots.
Got that DPM talent.
So a nice 3xer there on the position 5s.
And if CM doesn't get the level 15 mana cost and mana loss reduction aura talent in this game against the PL Diffusal, I don't think you ever get it. Like, surely this is the game.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, this is like, hey, you're against a Diffusal, it's the prime target. It's just not enough. I've played enough CM, I've tried both, and that 14% just...
Yeah.
Maybe it's like no field, and you just don't notice it. There's no graphic, there's no animation. It's a very passive thing that adds up over time. But 150 GPM is... Ooh.
Yeah, there's tangible results there.
And CM's a position 5 that actually does a lot with farm. Like, if you get a BKB, you can do a lot in team fights. If they can't interrupt you, if they can't kill you, you know, if you get that Ghost Scepter Glimmer, it's pretty game changing.
You're happy to see him there. And
yeah.
See what Pile can do. He's got a BKB queued up. That'll... Is there anything to cancel out the Fiend's Grip? You're not using Fiend's Grip on a CM, at least you don't want to in this game. Fnatic slow things down here. Both teams going to be eyeing off Roshan, which will respawn in a minute and a half.
Movement around the river. DJ uses that Yule Scepter, but blinks defensively. Does not want to get caught too far forward here. Illusions will drain some extra mana. MKB on the way for Dragon Knight.
Okay. Wants to be able to right-click the Wind Ranger. And PL, not going Battlefly, but perhaps you may be considering that. Halberd is on the Kunkka, so there's evasion there as well. Feels justified, and MKB is just a great damage dealing item for carries as well.
Shadows take us.
Fnatic. Arcane Rune on Envy as well.
Like Shadow. Oh, BKB from KYXY. They get a nice shackle onto Abed, but there's the follow-up. Fiend's Grip stunned up. They just can't bring him down. He hasn't BKB'd yet. Finally at half HP, DJ with a huge epicenter. They've lost the 2 supports on Tigers already. I don't know how they possibly win this fight. They get the Kunkka. He's caught by the freezing field.
They start taking any damage, Zyri.
I mean,
they're all full health.
It's insane. Even the DK, he's regened up. They are
60 health regen.
Almost get DJ, but Glimmer Cape, he resets. There's been a buyback now from the Kunkka. They're going to try to repel. Fnatic being very cautious here. They're not going to overcommit. This is nice, controlled play, headed towards the Roche pit.
DK hit 25, so has that plus 40 strength, and he got down to like about a third, maybe a quarter health, which is kind of close, but that was every single spell. All of your damage dropped onto Abed.
Kinda close. He's got 50 armor.
Yeah. And the problem is, ET does not get rid of that armor. It's all bonus armor, so...
Yeah, that's another great point. It's all bonus armor.
Theoretically, you know, you're thinking all these high agi carries with all this armor that you want to deal with an ET. Works great, but not against DK. This is not base armor.
I can get faster.
Wow. MKB already able to survive that well. Opens up for him to transition into right-clicking items. Now some cheese on the Dragon Knight. And who ended up with the Aegis? Envy. Okay. He's also got that Lincoln's now. Kunkka going in for a little bit of low-risk creep clear. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger after his Daedalus.
Smoke into the Aegis.
Still feels risky. Like the Kunkka hasn't done too much damage in these fights.
No, and that was
I don't know what he buys to be able to do that. You know, I mean, Rapier is always an option, but I don't know how you fix the problems that they're having right now.
Yeah, I could have Blink queued up.
I mean, look at this. Pylai die, 5-man smoke, tanked by the position 5 CM.
Fnatic will happily take this 4v5. They get a good DK initiation, vacuum wall is there.
And there's the buyback from Pi. He's got a shrine to TP to. The Kunkka lives a little longer than planned.
Yep.
They take off the Nightmare and...
Toggling.
Should still go down eventually. There we go. They've got the clicks. The double damage on Envy definitely makes that easier. No buyback on the Kunkka.
And they get more.
Oh, DJ, look at this. Jumps right on the Elder Titan. BKB will keep Zephyr alive. That is the 10-second charge. So guaranteed survival here, but doesn't feel great.
At all.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
That bottom lane down. That'll be a shrine?
Yep. Lunge to stop that one. It looks like they're going to take the tier 2 top. No rush to take high ground.
I think this is Rapier territory on the Kunkka.
Sure as hell feels like it. Now, it's all about damage issues for this Radiant team. The PL has got such a burden on his shoulders to carry these fights and be the main damage dealer, and Windranger... I don't know, it's scaled okay. Like, I don't feel like this Windranger is that poor by any means, but it's the itemization on Fnatic that just makes everyone unkillable, as well as the heroes. Like, DK and Darkseer are just untouchable, and the reason they keep giving Envy Aegis is because he's the one hero who could theoretically die. If he gets stunned, he is squishy, but with a second life, it gives him that chance to respawn and pop BKB.
AoE Surge, Parker. I'm into this.
That's a fun one.
That's pretty nice. Very dramatic sound effect. You're not missing that. Yeah, the CDR is tempting, but AoE Surge is... That's a free fight reset right there. You know, that turns Darkseer into like, oh, you guys don't want to fight anymore? Okay, let's just run away. Well, free haste, guys. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. They had to itemize so defensively. You have to survive the fights. You can't really fault the BKBs getting purchased, but now Windranger just getting the Aghanims. This is kind of when she starts to feel like a carry. You really need another item after this before you're really that... You almost want the Bloodthorn.
She had Ags with a Bloodthorn or a Daedalus, some kind of crit.
She could probably kill the DK. There'd be some...
There would be not necessarily like worries for Fnatic, but it would be much riskier for them to take these fights. Instead, DK runs into 5 heroes, doesn't die. Yeah. Because Windranger doesn't do any regular damage. Even with the grip and everything, the Kunkka doesn't do enough damage. So Kunkka has Daedalus plus double Rapier queued up. He's on the right page here, all in on the damage. First, though, he's going to get some gold, which he has very little of.
Yeah.
This Blink Dagger to try and help push out these lanes with the X-Blink plays, but does need to be careful as there is a Yule Scepter on DJ's Sang.
Both sides, all the ultimates available. Kunkka and CM, the only two without buybacks. Big initiation, big vac wall. They bring down 1437. Instant buyback there. BKBs get used, and NB actually going down quick, but will survive. Not for long. Coming back now with the Aegis. BKB used by Zephyr. Are they going to be able to kill this DK? A lot of damage from the ulti. But reinitiation, it's DJ with an epicenter. Looks like it's going to be a hold for the Tigers as DJ tries desperately to survive. They do not have detection. Sand King still able to make it out.
From the natural order, he took full damage from the Earth Splitter. 50% of his health was just removed because of the passive. That made DK a whole lot squishier.
Yeah. Earth Splitter, pretty darn good against those big tanky cores.
Yeah, he's got all this physical damage mitigation, but definitely can't deal with the magic damage as well. With a 5-second BKB here, does feel like ET needs to be one of the players to step up. Could approach that level 25 talent, get the Earth Splitter cooldown, become a whole lot scarier as well.
That definitely feels like the talent. He did go attack speed, but
yeah. I'm surprised if you get the lifesteal talent. Even with this BKB AC build, the Echo Stomp damage talent is just bad, is my understanding of talking to ET players.
I think so as well. The lifesteal sounds good. 100% is incredible, but at this stage of the game, Elder Titan is just not about the right clicks. It is the Earth Splitter that is going to turn a fight for you.
And if you get a lot of right click damage thanks to your spirit, you don't need lifesteal. You're going to run in and punch people for 300 damage.
Yeah, they're going to die fast anyway. Yeah. Set up onto the Kunkka though, big damage. Abed with good positioning will be able to finish him off. The boat does come in at the last second, but now they catch 1437. Die back there, no buyback available on the Kunkka. TP's home. KYXY, he is going to be able to make it out. No way to interrupt.
DL
dead.
Has no TP. Can they hunt him down? Did they see? They saw him. Uh-oh, 458. He's got to run for that side shot, but they know exactly where he's going. Sand King's chasing.
Does not have a TP.
Oh, the AoE surge. They got there so fast.
Vacuum back. He has the BKB now. They'll even use the wall for this. For freezing field.
Just helps them find the real PL.
Yeah, not doing a hell of a lot. He's trying to run circles around him. That doppelganger cooldown is so annoying. But Epicenter, no way to get out. And the PL, whoa, a little lag there, will finally go down. So this seems like the beginning of the end. Kunkka will just cool down on his buyback, has the money, so could potentially use it, but they're headed straight for the base.
Just forcing a kill buyback here would be nice for them, but nothing to push in the bottom lane, but they can go through bottom into mid to top, wherever they want to go.
Just got to break that back door, and she's going down. There is a glyph. Feels like kind of the final hold, though, for the Tigers. PL will have to buy back almost 100%.
Yeah.
There it is.
They're going to get some trades up top with KYXY, but this doesn't really feel great.
Oh, no, not the range barracks. Oh, that's the melee. Okay, my bad.
Go.
My bad. They killed the range before and left the melee. Even that, oh, that's the same thing. Yeah. It's like, oh, no, don't chip at our melee. It's not going to regen.
Yeah. I feel like Fnatic, I thought they might just go for the racks even with the PL buyback, but they're really respecting TNC Tigers and making sure they play this one as
52 minutes
as possible.
Yeah. It's smart, though. I like this. They had a relatively easy game one. They didn't let it go to their heads. Still saying, hey, guys, we rolled him once, but that doesn't mean we can do it again. They've got a much better lineup this time. There's now an Abyssal on the PL. We got to respect that.
Definitely some scary catch potential. And like even I think that top push kind of shows them that there are ways that DK can be brought down, can be made to be a whole lot squishier. A 1.8k damage nuke is definitely one of them.
Look at even this DK illusion. Look at this, and you're like, hey guys, let's see how far I can get this illusion if I just send it in the base. Makes it to the tier 4s. I'd say that's pretty darn good. Hex also coming for DJ. Big item there.
Very, very farm.
More control against the PL.
Health regen, level 25 talents. How's CM doing? Got the BKB, has a blink queued up, so we're going to see some nice freezing fields in fights. Has that level 20 damage talent for it as well. What do you mean, Pilot Eye? You're not getting 250 attack speed.
You know, I want to flame it, but he's had so many good freezing fields this game.
No, the 250 attack speed's awful.
I know. It's fun. It's cute, but it
is so bad.
Such an odd talent.
Unless you suddenly want to sell all your items and buy right-click damage, but I mean, even then,
it's still just...
Yeah, you're still
and it's a lot of freezing field damage, too. It's not even like that's a bad talent. It adds a good bit.
Yep.
It's like a 25% damage buff or something. Maybe a little less, 20%.
I think some talents where I feel like Ice Rock just got bored and they What if we give something absurd like this?
Oh, stun does actually connect on the PL. They get off a nice wall, and 458 gets destroyed. No buyback. And this could be the beginning of the end. No BKB on Wind Ranger either. Zephyr, with a decent Earth Splitter, he'll do what he can, but it still keeps Mirana pretty healthy as they glimmer cape through it. Now DJ with a big epi. They're dropping like flies. The freezing field with BKB. The buybacks they have, they'll use. Envy included, but now it is a 5v3. Envy will have to TP to the shrine. Dog his way down to the base. In Your Dream doing what he can to clear up these creeps, but they'll catch the Wind Ranger with a stun. Triple kill for Abed, and that's 3 down without buyback. Surge forward behind the tower, maybe looking for more, but they make it up to the high ground. Abed just hitting the tier 4s, not even going for the tier 3s up top. They know these buybacks are on cooldown, and they're just going to try to end this while they've got time left on the DK ult.
It doesn't look like there's anything to defend anymore. Kunkka's doing all he can, but hasn't really progressed well enough into the late game with his items.
And there's that burrow strike into the well. This is how you know things are going well, when Fnatic are just camping you. BKB, the final hold. Echo Stomp, they're doing what they can, but it's just not enough here, Parker. And Fnatic are looking good. 1 series away from a potential TI spot.
It's the big matchup people expected for that first level. We'll be playing a best of 3 after this. Woo. One of those teams will secure their TI bet today. The other will still have a shot in the lower bracket.